Welcome to Imperfect in an Uncertain World, resources for living with authenticity and purpose. Do you find yourself dreading change? What if I told you that change isn't coming, change is here? Let's talk. Now, change isn't coming, change is here. A shuttle shift in the wind, a lightness of being, a shiver down your spine. How do you respond to the invitation of change? If you are afraid, that is totally okay. Because anytime there is a change, there is fear. Maybe it's not the change that we fear, it may be the fear of responding in the right way. I mean, if change is coming, what happens if we make a mistake? But sometimes we focus so much on what might happen that we make change harder than what it is. We can make it simpler. We can flow into that change in a very simple way. When we center, when we really connect to our core, when we listen to the voice within, change is not so daunting. And that's what's important to remember. When we really are listening from our true self, then change becomes a little simpler. Not easy, but a little simpler. What is that inner voice that guides us through the morass of change? Well, it's our intuition. I would say that we need our intuition now more than ever. We're in this wild, expansive time of transformation. And even when we do not actively pursue change, it weaves itself into our life. Change is inevitable. And lately, my intuition has been pinging about change. Its hints of change drop into my inbox. Curious articles pop up on social media. Conversations with friends take unsuspected turns. And my intuition is whispering, listen, change isn't coming, change is here. And then rather cheekily, change asks, what are you going to do about me? So change can be playful in that kind of way as well. Now that's the conundrum. What are we going to do about change? I feel it. I feel the winds of change, and my intuition is riding upon them. I just have to be aware of that. Can you feel that? If you're unsure if you are feeling it, a symptom of both change and your intuition pinging include feeling out of sorts in one moment and then in the next, slipping easily into balance. So life may seem like a roller coaster ride, but how do we manage the dips and the sudden turns? I would say through self-care and self-compassion. But I would have to say, really, intuition cannot grow without compassion. Intuition is really a guide to transformation at your core. It's if you breathe deeply into the wonder of who you are, that's what intuition is all about. It's know that no matter where you find yourself, there's nothing wrong with where you are. Every moment, every thought, every word, every deed is all part of the journey. And what happens if we look at it in that way? That everything we're doing is meant to be part of the journey and we need to grow from that. It's to recognize that any fear you feel is just the old, your stasis holding on tight in an effort to stay. But if I've learned one thing in this life, it's that nothing lasts forever. Not the old, not this transition time, and not the new. We are constantly growing into our best, most authentic self. What is our role? Our role is to learn to ride that roller coaster with glee, just because how could we not? Life is to be lived and to be enjoyed. So let's go back to self-care and self-compassion, because those are so important. Um, they're a way to pamper yourself in the moment. So go for a walk, read a book, savor a piece of chocolate, take time for yourself, and maybe really do some deep reflection on why you're feeling the way you're feeling. What you have to realize is that this is your life. You decide what you want to do. No matter what you choose, really engage in the moment. Be awake to every nuance. And perhaps you will even whisper to yourself, you'll look at change and say, show me. I am listening. And trust that intuition is responding to what you're asking for. Okay, through self-care and self-compassion, you've soothed some of your ruffles and you've re-engaged your journey. You've set aside time to listen to the peace as it settles into your bones. But during this time, always be alert for images, words, sounds, smells, tastes. What you hear speaks of the next steps you take on the path. And these messages are intuitive navigators that help you learn lessons, meet challenges, and really live your soul purpose. I'm going to go back to change. Change is here. Pay attention to where you are called. Be willing to explore as you reconnect to your core. Really engage the voice of intuition whenever, however, and wherever it manifests. The more you listen and respond, the greater your connection to your inner world. Connecting to your intuition isn't difficult. It is the magic of changing your consciousness at will. It's the key that changes your consciousness at will. And in that magic, you find the way to navigate through the moments of uncertainty into lasting change, into a point where change is inevitable. Change is the one constant in your life, and you're flexible and evolving to see what change is calling for you to do in this moment. So change isn't coming. It's here. How will you respond? I want to thank you for listening. If you like it, or watching my video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Additional resources are available at vanessafhurst.com. And if you're looking for a way to jumpstart your intuition, to really just sail into change, give me a call. Schedule an intuitive mentoring session, and we will get started on having you become your best, having you recognize your best true self. Thank you, and have an awesome